John Lennon is really overrated and he doesn't deserve to be among the greatest musicians of all time. That's a comment you've probably seen really often lately. The legend of John Lennon seems to be in a weird limbo, where a lot of people love him and a lot of people hate him too. I've actually done quite a few videos on this topic, and as someone who knows a lot about the man, I can tell you that there's a pretty good argument for both sides. First of all, and I want this to be perfectly clear, I believe that John Lennon is one of the greatest songwriters of all time. There's no doubt about it. Whether you like the man or not, the music that's playing on the radio today would most likely be different if these two would have never met each other, and that's a fact. Some of the most relevant and significant songs ever made were written by this man. Strawberry Fields Forever, Mother, Imagine. You don't write songs like these only to be called overrated by some random guy on the internet. However, there's most definitely an argument to be made that his politics and assassination elevated his public image to a point where his ability as a songwriter can't reach. He was an activist for peace, that's for sure, but only a small part of his music has anything to do with it. And that's where the disagreement comes. For opinionated music fans like us, we know this is no surprise, and I can already see some comments going like, we know this, nobody says this, what are you talking about? But believe it or not, for a lot of people who follow John Lennon's persona rather than his music, this is probably a curveball. Mind you, there's only one responsible for this, and it's not us, it's John Lennon's marketing team. They've made it their goal to push and push every slightly political piece John Lennon made to try and frame him as his modern day philosopher, which is why you see this sort of interviews all the time.
I think all our society is run by insane people for insane objectives.
But this wasn't only John Lennon. Every human being with a big enough forehead has been saying this for years, but of course it's more profitable to paint him as someone that was ahead of his time. Once again, he was most definitely an activist, and he was always a voice that spoke out against oppression. But his biggest achievement and his main focus was always his craft as a musician, both as a member of the Beatles and as a solo artist.
They, whoever they are, don't stand a chance because they can't beat love, because all those old bits from religion and that about love being all powerful is true, you know. And that's the bit they can't do, you know, they can't handle it.